Most men chase attraction, but the ones who understand these 5 moves make it impossible for her to let go. Listen carefully, because this is where most men get it completely wrong. They think attraction is about performance. They think it's about technique. They think it's about proving something. But the truth, real, deep, unforgettable attraction is about how you make her feel when she's with you. And if you understand that, really understand that, you stop trying to impress and you start creating an experience she can't replace. Let's break it down. Most men are taught, directly or indirectly, that attraction is about performance. They focus on techniques, trying to impress, or proving their worth through physical actions. But what truly creates a lasting impression isn't what you do, it's how you make her feel during the experience. Emotional connection is the foundation of genuine attraction, and without it, even the most confident actions can feel empty or forgettable. When a woman feels emotionally understood, everything changes. She becomes more open, more relaxed, and more engaged in the moment. This doesn't come from rehearsed behavior, it comes from awareness. It's about noticing her mood, her comfort level, and the subtle signals she gives through her expressions and energy. When you respond to those signals naturally, you create a sense of safety and trust, which is far more powerful than any physical approach. Emotional connection also shows maturity. It reflects that you're not just focused on yourself, but that you value the shared experience. This shift from self-focus to mutual awareness separates ordinary interactions from meaningful ones. It turns a moment into something memorable. In the end, people don't remember every detail of what happened. They remember how they felt. And when you create a space where she feels seen, respected, and emotionally connected, that feeling stays with her long after the moment is over. In a world that constantly rewards speed and instant gratification, most people carry that same rushed energy into their personal interactions. They move too quickly, skip important moments, and unintentionally turn something meaningful into something forgettable. But when you slow down, when you become fully present, you create a completely different experience, one that feels intentional and rare. Presence means giving your full attention to the moment without distraction. It's about not thinking ahead, not trying to control outcomes, and not letting your mind drift elsewhere. When someone feels that level of focus from you, they naturally feel more valued and important. It shows that you're not just physically there, you're mentally and emotionally engaged. Slowing down also builds anticipation, and anticipation is a powerful driver of emotional intensity. When moments are allowed to breathe, when there's no rush to move from one thing to the next, the experience becomes deeper and more immersive. It creates space for connection to grow naturally rather than being forced. This approach reflects patience and self-control, qualities that are often underestimated but incredibly impactful. It signals that you are comfortable in the moment and don't feel the need to hurry or prove anything. That calm, grounded energy allows the other person to relax and connect more openly. When you combine presence with patience, you transform simple interactions into meaningful experiences. Instead of being just another passing moment, it becomes something that stands out, something that feels intentional, genuine, and hard to forget. Confidence is often misunderstood as being loud, dominant, or overly assertive, but real confidence is much quieter and far more powerful. It comes from a place of self-assurance where you don't feel the need to prove your worth or seek validation. When a man is truly confident, his actions are calm, controlled, and intentional. That kind of energy naturally draws people in because it feels stable and trustworthy. At the core of confidence is self-control. It's the ability to manage your emotions, stay grounded in the moment, and not be thrown off by pressure or expectations. When you're in control of yourself, you project a sense of ease that makes others feel comfortable around you. This creates an environment where connection can grow without tension or uncertainty. On the other hand, neediness often shows up in subtle ways. seeking approval, overcompensating, or trying too hard to impress. These behaviors can break the natural flow of interaction and create distance instead of attraction. People can sense when someone is acting from insecurity, even if nothing is said directly. True confidence removes that pressure. It allows you to be present, to respond naturally, and to enjoy the moment without overthinking every move. It shows that you value yourself and don't rely on external validation to feel secure. When confidence is rooted in self-control and authenticity, it becomes magnetic. It creates a balanced dynamic where both people can engage freely without pressure or expectation. That's the kind of energy that builds real connection and leaves a lasting impression. Most people focus on what they are doing rather than paying attention to how the other person is actually experiencing the moment. This lack of awareness often creates a disconnect where actions feel one-sided instead of shared. True connection comes from understanding that every interaction is a two-way exchange, shaped by both words and unspoken signals. Every person communicates constantly through subtle cues, body language, facial expressions, tone, and energy. When you become more aware of these signals, you gain insight into how the other person feels without needing everything to be said out loud. This level of awareness allows you to adjust naturally, making the interaction feel smoother and more in tune. Being attentive in this way shows emotional intelligence. It reflects that you are not just focused on your own perspective, but that you genuinely care about the comfort and experience of the other person. This creates a sense of respect and understanding, which strengthens trust over time. It also requires patience and observation. Instead of rushing or sticking to a fixed approach, you stay flexible and responsive. You notice when the energy shifts, when something feels right, or when it needs to change. This adaptability makes the interaction feel more natural and less forced. When someone feels understood without having to explain themselves, it creates a powerful connection. It shows that you are present, aware, and considerate. Over time, this kind of attentiveness builds a deeper level of comfort and trust, turning ordinary moments into meaningful and memorable experiences. When you bring all of these elements together, a clear pattern begins to emerge. Meaningful connection is not built on surface-level actions or quick impressions. It's built on awareness, presence, emotional understanding, and self-control. Each of these qualities reinforces the other, creating an experience that feels natural, balanced, and deeply engaging. By focusing on emotional connection, you shift from trying to impress to genuinely understanding. By slowing down and being present, you create space for moments to develop with depth and intention. Through calm, grounded confidence, you remove pressure and allow authenticity to lead. And by paying attention to subtle responses and energy, you ensure the experience remains mutual and connected. In the end, what truly stands out is not perfection, but intention. When someone feels seen, respected, and understood, the impact lasts far beyond the moment itself. This is what transforms ordinary interactions into something memorable, something that naturally draws people closer and keeps the connection alive.